Hi students, welcome back to computer class. So what did we study in our earlier classes? First we studied about different types of generations, and in the next class we studied about different types of computers, and today we will be studying about types of computer languages. For communicating with each other, we humans use different types of languages, like we use English, Spanish, Sanskrit, Tamil. Okay, these are some of the languages that we human use for communicating with each other. But computer doesn't understand any of these languages. So for communicating with computer, there are some languages, and these languages, they are being divided into 4 categories. First one is first and second generation languages. The other name for this is low level languages. Okay, first type of language is first and second generation languages. The other name for language is low level languages. Second language is third generation languages. These are said to be the high level languages. Third one is fourth generation languages, and fourth one is fifth generation languages. And in fifth generation, the technology used was artificial intelligence, and so this language, they are also known as artificial intelligence languages. Okay, once again, the types of computer languages, they are being divided into 4 categories. First one is first and second generation languages. They are also known as low level languages. Second one is third generation languages. They are also known as high level languages. Next one is fourth generation languages, and last one is fifth generation languages. They are also known as artificial intelligence languages. Okay, so these are the 4 types of computer languages. These are the languages that a computer understands. Next, we can study in detail about these different types of computer languages. First one is low level language, also known as first or second generation languages. Okay, in low level languages, they use binary form. Okay, they use binary form. Binary form means zeros and ones. So whatever data the users, they provide into the computer, that data get converted into this zeros and ones. Only then the computer understand what that data is. Okay, and low level languages, they are divided into 2 types. First one is machine language, and second one is assembly language. Low level languages, they divided into 2 types. First one is machine language, and second one is assembly language. Okay, so low level languages, they are divided into 2 types, machine language and assembly language. So let us first study about machine language. Machine language, it is the most basic computer language, and it is the first programming language developed for computer. So which is the first programming language developed for computer? It is machine language or first generation language. Okay, machine language has got another name, that is first generation language. Okay, and each instructions is written in the form of zeros and ones, that is in binary forms. Since it is a low level language, they understands only binary forms, that is zeros and ones. Next, let us see some of the features of machine language. First feature is it is machine dependent. What do you mean by machine dependent? Machine dependent means this type of machine languages, they are been designed for only one type of computer. Okay, and this machine language can be used only in such type of computers. They can be used in only that type of computers. Okay, that is what you mean by machine dependent. Second point is, it is the only language that is directly understood by the computer. Okay, that is, machine language is the most basic computer language, and it is the only language that is understood, that is directly understood by the computer. Okay, and third point is, it is difficult to use. Machine languages, they are difficult to use because the programmers, they have to remember all this machine codes. Okay, these are the three features of machine language. First one is, it is machine dependent. That means this type of machine languages, they are designed for a specific type of computers, and this machine languages can be used only in such type of computers. Okay, that is what you mean by machine dependent. Second point is, it is the only language that is directly understood by the computer. And third point is, it is difficult to use because programmers have to remember all this machine codes. Okay, these are the features of machine language. The second type of low-level language is assembly language or second generation languages. Machine language, the other name was first generation language, and for assembly language, the other name is second generation languages. Okay, and in assembly language, they have the same structure and set of commands as that of the machine language. So machine language and assembly language, they have the same structure and same set of commands are being used. Okay, and second point is, they uses words based on English alphabet in place of zeros and ones. In machine language, we purely used binary form, that is zeros and ones. That is such type of the computers in which the machine language is used, they understand only zeros and ones. But here in assembly language, we use some of the words in English alphabet. Okay, so some advancement came in assembly language. Okay, so assembly language, they have the same structure and same set of commands as that of the machine language. And in assembly language, instead of, that is, some type of advancement came, that is, in place of zeros and ones, they use some words in English alphabets. Okay, and some of the features of assembly languages, first one is, it is machine dependent, same as that of machine languages. Why? Because this assembly language, they are being designed for some type of computers, and assembly language can be used only in such type of computers. Okay, that is what we mean by machine dependent. The second point is, it is easy to locate and correct errors. Okay, in machine language, it was difficult to use because the programmer have to remember all machine codes. Here, since we use some of the English alphabets, it is easy to correct errors. Okay, and third point is, it is easier to understand as compared to the machine language, because why? Here, instead of zeros and ones, we use some of the English words from English alphabets. Okay, that is why it is easier to understand as compared to the machine language. So the features of assembly language, first one is, it is machine dependent. Second one is, it is easy to locate and correct errors. Third point is, it is easier to understand as compared to the machine languages. Okay, why? Because they use some of the words from English alphabets. Okay, so this is about assembly language, and this is all about low level language. Low level language, they are divided into two types. First one is machine language and second one is assembly language. And we saw the features of both as a machine language and assembly language. Okay. So low level languages, they were divided into two categories, that was machine language and assembly language. Lower level languages, they were also known as first or second generation languages. Okay, and they used ones and zeros. Coming on to the next type of language, that is high level languages or third generation languages. Okay, high level language or third generation languages. This language, they are similar to the human language, that is the language that we humans use for speaking and writing. And since they use human language, it was easier to read and write. This language was easier to read and write since they used human languages. Okay, and first high level language was designed in 1950s. First high level language was designed in 1950s. Okay, and some of the high level languages are C, C++, C Sharp, COBOL, Formula Translation, Basic. Okay, some of the high level languages are C, C++, C Sharp, COBOL, Formula Translation, Basics, etc. Okay, and there's a full form that has been provided for COBOL, 14 and Basic. And you should study this full form. It will be asked as one word. Okay, and full form for COBOL is Common Business Oriented Language. Full form for COBOL is Common Business Oriented Language. Okay, and full form for Fortran is Formula Translation. Formula Translation. Full form for Fortran is Formula Translation. Okay, and full form for COBOL is Common Business Oriented Languages. And full form for Basic is Beginners All Purpose Symbolic Instruction Code. Beginners All Purpose Symbolic Instruction Code. Okay, so you should study this full forms. Okay, so once again, high level languages, also known as third generation languages, they used similar to human languages. Okay, they were similar to human languages, and since they used human language, it was easier for reading and writing. First high level language was designed in 1950s. Some of the high level languages are C, C++, C Sharp, COBOL, Fortran, Basic. Okay, and also you should study this full forms. Now let us look at the features of high level languages or third generation languages. Okay, first feature is they are user friendly. See, the low level languages, that is the machine language as well as the assembly language, they were machine dependent. That means these languages, they were designed for a particular type of computer, and that language could be used only in such type of computers. Okay, and that was a disadvantage because we have to design such type of computers. Okay, so this disadvantage led to the development of another set of computer language, and that language is high level languages. Okay, that is why high level languages, they are user friendly because they are not machine dependent. Okay, second point is they uses English words and mathematical operators which are easier to learn. Okay, in assembly language we started using words from English alphabets, and in high level languages also we use English words and mathematical operators. The third point is it has to be converted into machine language which is time consuming. Machine language is the basic computer language, that is ones and zeros. That is what computer understands. That is only language that computer understands. So whatever language, be it in English words or mathematical operators, they have to be converted into machine language. And that is a time consuming process because conversion have to take place and time is being needed for that process. Okay. So first feature is it is user friendly because low level languages, they were machine dependent and it was a disadvantage. So for covering that disadvantage, the development of another set of computer language took place, and that language were high level languages or third generation languages. That is why high level languages, they are user friendly. Okay. The second point is they use English words and mathematical operators which are easier for learning. And third point is it has to be converted into machine language, and that is a time consuming process. So this is about high level languages. The next language is fourth generation languages. Okay. And fourth generation languages, they are designed to reduce the overall time, effort and cost of software development. See, low level languages, they used binary forms, zeros and ones. And it was difficult to use because programmers have to remember all these machine codes. Coming to the high level languages, even though they use English words and mathematical operators, they have to be converted into machine language. It was a time consuming process. Okay. These are some of the disadvantages, and in low level languages they were machine dependent. So as compared to low level languages and high level languages, fourth generation languages, they were designed to reduce the overall time, effort and cost for the software development. Okay. Second point is some of the fourth generation languages are PL bar SQL, FoxPro, Stata, Oracle and VB. Full form of VB is Visual Basic. Okay. Some of the fourth generation languages are PL bar SQL, FoxPro, Stata, Oracle and Visual Basic. Okay. And now let us look at the features of fourth generation languages. They are machine independent. For low level languages, they were machine dependent. That is, they were designed for a particular type of computers. And fourth generation languages, they are machine independent. That is, they could be used, this type of languages can be used in any type of computers. Okay. And second point is they are more user friendly as compared to high level languages. And third point is they have very high speed of execution. And fourth point is it makes the programming easier. These are the features of fourth generation languages. First one is they are machine independent. They are not dependent upon any particular type of computers. They could be used in any type of computers. Okay. Second point is they are more user friendly. And third point is they have very high speed of execution. And fourth point is they make the programming easier. Okay. So this is about fourth generation languages. Okay. So the last category of computer language is artificial intelligence language or fifth generation languages. Artificial intelligence languages or fifth generation languages. Okay. What do you mean by artificial intelligence? I have told you in your earlier classes. Artificial intelligence means it is a technique with which the machines, they are being made to think and take decisions like human beings. That is, they can do activities or they can take decisions like human beings. Okay. And this fifth generation languages, they are not fully developed and they are in an experimental stage. Okay. And they are being developed for the future purposes. Once this fifth generation languages, they get fully developed, these languages, they will help computers to solve problems without the help of a programmer. Okay. Computers, they can solve a problem without a programmer. That is, now a computer is able to solve program with the help of a human being. But once this fifth generation languages, they get fully developed, the computers, they can take decisions or they can do activities without the help of a programmer. And what was the example for an artificial intelligence? That is robots. Okay, robots are the example of an artificial intelligence. And some of the fifth generation languages that are being developed, currently being developed, are Mercury, OPS5, and Prolog. Okay, some of the fifth generation languages that are currently being developed are Mercury, OPS5 and Prolog. Okay, so artificial intelligence language or fifth generation languages, they mainly use the technique called artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, it is a technique that helps the machines to think and take decisions like a human being. Okay, and one of the example is robot. Fifth generation languages, they are in an experimental stage. They are not fully being developed. Once this language gets fully developed, the computer will be able to do activities without the help of a programmer. Okay, and some of the fifth generation languages that are currently being developed are Mercury, OPS5 and Prolog. Okay, so this is about the fifth generation languages. And with this we come to the end of the computer languages. Four types of or four categories of computer languages. First one was low level language, second one was high level language, and third one was fourth generation languages, and last one was fifth generation languages. Okay,